Deadly Tarantula Girl coming to you from my private serpentarium. Tonight to bring you a Caribena versicolor, formerly known as Avicularia versicolor, commonly known as the Antilles or Martinique Pinto Tarantula egg sac opening. I have a mother, she has an egg sac. I'm going to take it and I'm going to open it tonight. So to begin with, I have my tools and my animals here. I'm going to show you how I make an incubation chamber. I have a syringe bulb, some water, razors, scissors, cloth, spoon, nets, paintbrushes, tongs, marker, tape, so I can label who the mother is and what came from what. So now that I have all of my materials prepared, I'm ready to do this. Let's get started. Here is our mother, and you can see she is very diligently guarding her beautiful, fluffy, cottony egg sac. Now, you always run a risk. The mother's going to abort the sac when you try to take it, but usually it just takes a little distraction. I know, honey, I know. I'm sorry about this. I promise I will take amazing care of your babies. I promise you. I will be an excellent nanny. So as much as I hate to do that, I always weigh the pros and cons. With a heavy heart, I make a decision because I want to do the best I can for my offspring, and I thought that pulling the egg sac and incubating it at this time was going to be best. Upon initial inspection, the egg sac is light, cottony, and the mothers do roll them, by the way, so don't think I'm like being a psycho murderer right now, because that rolling is actually necessary. It feels nice and loose. When they clump together, that's typically signs of a dead egg sac. So I'm going to just set this down for a minute and prepare the incubation chamber. I have a container here. I have the interior wall of another container. I have cloth. I'm going to cut holes in the side, and so I can introduce water to create a high humidity chamber. I'm going to cut out a circular piece of cloth that can fit in here like a hammock. And then what I'll do at that time is open up the egg sac and allow a little egg to lie in the hammock separated. That way if one spoils, it will not spoil the sibling next to him or her. So let's do this. Logically, you want to enter the egg sac carefully to make sure you don't chop open any little tiny slings. The layers of cotton are quite billowy usually, and so it takes some chopping to get down in there. So as you can see, I'm through all of the layers here except for the last one, probably. So I'm going to very carefully, I try to pull it up just a little to make sure, try to make sure Ooh, that looks good. Yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah. Perfect. Look at this. Exactly what you want to see when you open an Eggsack. Can see all those little slings developing. You want to see a nice kind of like creamy, opaque. So now that I've gotten this far, I'm going to separate them.
Can you tilt it a little bit?
Okay, so there is the empty sack. And what I do sometimes if I have a mom who's really bent out of shape is I actually sew it up and give it back to her. So she still thinks she has an egg sack because sometimes that makes them happy. Looking in here, you can see quite a few good eggs. There's one bad one right there. You can see it's misshapen. It looks dehydrated. It's smaller than the other ones. It's brown. Hello, it's dead, or it never was fertilized. Not so cute. So this one's gonna go bye-bye. And all the rest look beautiful. I might have expected to see eggs with legs, and I'm not. But they still look good, so you never know. You never know. You have to be really careful because you can pop these and burst them, and once they lose the yolk, then yeah, things are not going to go well afterwards. I'm looking at this one right here, and it's a little bit wonky. I don't like the look of that one, but I have had eggs hatch out before that I didn't think looked perfect. So all I'm attempting to do at this point is very gently separate them all as much as possible. Because if they're touching each other, the better chance they each have of living. That's just in my own experience. So, and I especially want the weird one away from everybody else, so that one's gonna go off into nowhere. So, done with that. What I'm going to do now is add water to the bottom of the chamber. It's important that there's plenty of water in the bottom, but that the cloth stay relatively dry, or as dry as possible, because you don't want mold growing in there, because that'll wipe your batch of babies out quick. Well, as always, that was exciting. I really hope for a bunch of slings pretty soon. That wasn't a huge number of offspring, but pretty typical for versicolor. As I said, I expected to see slightly further development, but you never know. Sometimes weird things happen. So hopefully they're viable, and hopefully they all will start molting out into their first instar stage, which is the eggs with legs stage, which is awesome. They look like creepy little aliens. Cute ones though, and it's really neat. I love it. So if I do get to that stage, I will try to film a follow-up video, and if not, then I don't know. I'll probably just mention it because nobody wants to see about Eggsack. But anyway, that was fun. I hope you guys liked this one. And keep your fingers crossed for me that we get babies soon. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know whether or not you think it was viable, and I'll see you guys again next time.